Good Monday morning to you. Let's take a quick look at the garden. I've already kind of gone through and I can just give you the summary. Up above, I think I've got, what, two or three dent corn and like five of the sweet corn. So, I'm kind of thinking I'll just let whatever grow and I'll be happy with that. I mean, if I'm right, that's a total of 8 plants. That's not bad. Down here I've got these cucumbers were all kind of fallen over, and also actually the watering thing that I was trying to do. I was trying to add another program to the system and get it to go off kind of midday. Well, I goofed. I switched AM and PM and it went off in the middle of the night. Um, but that means that everything's nice and wet this morning on a Monday when we normally only water Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So but I'm going to switch it again, so it'll probably get more water later today. The stakes that I had in here, I found these kind of fallen over and not exactly wilted, but and then I realized that a couple of them had grabbed onto each other with these little tendrils that they have. So I'm just sort of encouraging them to grab onto these so they can keep the plants separate and not necessarily grabbing onto each other. The other cucumbers don't appear to have that problem. Wow, the Swiss chard's doing nicely after I had a bit of a scare a couple of days ago. It looks like it's not going to be long before I have to plant the cantaloupe. Let's see, nothing in the nasturtium yet. The watermelons, they're not quite there yet for transplant. I'm going to have to pick that radish, but I noticed that where I planted a few more, I got sprouts. And lettuce, I'm definitely going to have to thin. Beyond that, in the back, not a lot of change. But I do want to talk about what I want to try and do today because of the heat that's coming on and the fact that we're coming into summer and we're going to have to deal with the heat. I need better watering for the pumpkin path up above, and I've been debating various things. At first I thought I would tap off of this impact sprinkler, but that's actually on a different zone. So now my thinking is, and I've got to get a parts list together and go get parts, but I've got this one here which I actually ran the thin hose here and ran that all the way up to the second level with all the three sisters, and it's running beautifully. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to tap off of this, work my way along the wall and up, and then come over and have a T and put that back so I still get the second level here, but then be able to go up further and probably bury the pipe and then be able to come over with more micro sprinklers. I'm going to hard pipe that. I'm going to glue the pipe. It's cheaper if you've got the glue and you know what you're doing to get the glue together pipe than it is to get the threaded. Threaded is more convenient. Glue together is cheaper or less expensive. And then I'll basically come over maybe like halfway. It depends on how much pipe I got left. And I will put a threaded end on it and cap it so that later, if I add more stuff in here, depending on how much more I add, I'll be able to extend it with just using that threaded cap. Or I can cut it off and glue it, but that's just to get through this part of it. Since I'm not transplanting just yet and they're still getting watered down here, just need the plants to get a good amount of water. I can see what looks kind of like some of the leaves are going yellow on me, which is not encouraging, so I need to get this done. So that's the plan. I'm going to go get some parts and we'll see what we can put together. Okay, let's see if this worked. The usual suspects down below seem to be okay, except for the problems I already had up above. Everything's reconnected, that's good, on the second level, and now there's a third level with one lonely sprinkler. Unfortunately, a bunch of things went wrong right at the end, and it's really hot. Well, it's getting really hot. So I had to make choices. You can see the hose could be a little bit shorter. Ultimately, actually, that one's supposed to go over further, and there's supposed to be another one. You can see there's a stake back there with nothing on it, no sprinkler. That ultimately is supposed to be a 90, and then this other one should come over to about the 4-foot mark. And then at the end, you can see the end of the line there. I've got a plug cap that could handle 2 more. I don't have all those parts, but I don't have plants to water just yet, so that's just trying to plan for the future on this. But it seems like it's working. The other thing is I ended up with a really long hose that ended up winding up around the impact sprinkler. But here's the pipe tapping off the original point that fed those 2 sprinklers, going up. Has a weird bend there, which was handled with a couple of elbows. Rather than trying to find an exact degree, like if 45 wasn't enough, it had to be 40 or 50. The beauty is you can use a couple of elbows and adjust. Kind of did the same thing up there, but that's actually more because I screwed up. The reason there are 3 elbows up there where there was just supposed to be the 1 is because I didn't make this pipe long enough. It was supposed to go up. So, but then that goes over, tees, feeds the second level, then goes up. That'll eventually get buried and made to look a little bit neater. I've got stuff going on tomorrow, so I can't work on it tomorrow. And Wednesday is supposed to get really hot, but maybe I can get out in the morning and clean this up a bit, fix a couple of the problems. But at least now I have something to water the upper bed. So now I've got to fix the timer, which oddly enough I had set to go off in the middle of the day, and I screwed up AM and PM and it went off in the middle of the night. So they got water this morning. They normally, again, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, but now I'm trying to cover the other days of the week with a second program. So I'm going to go correct that program and run the 3 zones that really need the water. So that's it for today. I think that's it for this video. And thank you so much for watching. It's a shorter one. Take care of yourself, take care of the folks around you, and may your thumb be green.